That's gotta be kind of weird. Locomotive that kind of situation.
So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you believe your Las Vegas Lights FC will win, let's see you make some noise right now. Okay, off to a great start. Please are live.
The girl I'm with is like, she's 40, she's older than me, she's 43.
She's almost dried up.
79. Well, yeah, but when we first started, like, the beginning of the first year, we've been together like 2 years or something.
Right.
And like, the first year she did get pregnant, and then she, like, one day I was on a job at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, she calls me and she says, I just had to have a miscarriage. Like, I'm like, why didn't you call me? Like, she's like, oh, I dropped my phone. I didn't know your number at the time. And then she wouldn't show me the paperwork. After the longest time, I finally, it was like a D&C, which is, just got rid of the kid this time.
Right. This is young. That was your chance to have your...
Yeah, she was totally 100% pregnant. We took the test, and then like 2 tests.
Right, right. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, and to this day, she still won't admit it, that she got rid of the kid.
She never even had the option. That's sad.
Yeah, the day before, she's like, oh, my friend's gonna take me for coffee, because at the time I had to drive her to work. And she's like, oh, she's gonna pick me up and take me to coffee. And then that was then the next day when her friend took her for coffee. Her friend took her to go get an abortion. But she could have at least said, hey, you know, you're involved in this. Hey, you know, this is what I'm thinking. I want to do this. Like, you know, at least if she would have said something, I could have been like, okay, I understand. Whatever.
Right. Where you're coming from. And then you could have had the choice of at least making the choice.
Yeah, it's her body. She was going to do what she was going to do no matter what. But she should have had me involved because it's like I would have gone with her or something.
Right. Like, been a part of it.
But she knew I wanted the kid, so that's probably why.
Oh, she knew.
Yeah.
So sorry. Well, you need to just leave her.
That's what everyone says. I mean, I love the girl, you know, it sucks, but like...
Biologically. Or you could adopt.
Well, my first girlfriend when I was 18, she was, I don't know, it was like when I was around 18. But, you know, first love, we were together for 3 months, but that, you know, but like 4.5 years after we broke up, she found me on MySpace when it was popular, you know. I got 2 kids now. One's 2 and one's 4, and his name's Bradley.
No way.
And I'm like, is it my kid? She says, no, I like Bradley Norton. She's like, I knew you. I'm like, you sure it's not my kid? Yeah. And then like, I was working at a bowling alley, and she's like, I'm coming in here to the bowling alley for a job. Like, the kid would be like, so like, unless the kid comes to me, they're putting it on. I would like to know someday. Like, someone's like, oh, they can come back at you with back, you know, parenting. Can they? Like, after the kid's been under 18? Can they do, like, back? Then I had one during the pandemic, too. It was like, you know, she wasn't the hottest chick before.
A gorgeous night in Las Vegas, Nevada, and tonight, presented by De Castro Verde Law Group from Cashman Field, it's El Paso Locomotive and Las Vegas Lights. You know, it's a big one when the Llamas are in the house. That looks good, a good fit for the youngster, and Las Vegas looking for back-to-back wins. Hello again, Matt Peterson with the former Houston Dynamo midfielder Andrew Driver. And for El Paso, Andrew, a chance to go above the playoff line, and a chance for a spoiler role for Las Vegas.
Yeah, a role which Las Vegas did fantastically well at the weekend. They were outstanding. This team, this Las Vegas Lights team, will be coming in with such confidence. It was a really good, gritty performance, and they really did bully an Oakland Roots team who came to play dirty, and hopefully the Lights can come here tonight with that same attitude, that same form. And El Paso are searching to get in the playoffs, but they're up against a very good Las Vegas Lights team in form.
Tyler Bagley started the season as a defender, mostly an outside back. He's now playing forward out of necessity due to injury, and he's a man who's scoring goals.
Yeah, he was man of the match at the weekend through performance alone. Before you take into account the 2 goals, his effort and work rate was fantastic. He's a small, stocky player, but he's stronger than he looks, and he really holds the ball up well. And this goal just was the cherry on the top. It was a fantastic finish from a great performance.
And for El Paso, they've really been lacking in form as of late, but they've really depended on one of their several Swedes in the team. It's Petar Petrovic, 6 goals on the season.
Yeah, this is a El Paso team that's struggling. They're only 1 win in 12 games, and if they want to get above that playoff line, they're going to rely on Petrovic to come good. And you see 2 goals and 1 assist in the last 4 games. He's playing well. He just needs to continue to do it if this El Paso team has a chance.
El Paso looking for a 2nd win against Las Vegas this season. It's Las Vegas Lights and El Paso Locomotive. Lineups and kickoff after the break.
All right, team. I'm not angry. I want to know who broke this. I want to make sure this doesn't happen again in the future. We found this tangled up in the transfer rollers. Who did this?
AIS is a proud sponsor of the Las Vegas Lights Football Club.
As a Great Clips salon stylist, I love giving customers the look they want. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details, so it's one less thing for you to worry about. And when I see that confidence at the end of the cut, that's everything to me.
As a stylist, I know it can be hard to find time for a haircut. With the Great Clips app, you can put your name on the list from anywhere and head to the salon when it's time for your cut. A great haircut plus more time for what you love. That's Great Clips.
I love Findlay Chevy. I mean, it's just a fun place to hang out. Woo! Woo! You never know what you're gonna see here. Woo!
That's extra.
These guys at Findlay, they know how to party.
F-I-N-D-L-A-Y. Findlay Chevy is a place to buy. Home of the...
Woo!
Las Vegas Lights Soccer is presented by De Castro Verde Law Group, where they treat you like family. By Security National Mortgage, turning houses into homes. And by Nevada State University, be bold, be great, be state. Pre-game festivities at Cashman Field in Las Vegas. And we see the starting lineup for Isidro Sanchez and Las Vegas Lights. It's presented by La Una. And really at the start of the season, no one expected this forward partnership. Rios is a midfielder, Bagley is an outside back, but it's worked out for Coach Isidro Sanchez.
Yeah, both of them the form players. Rios on fire, 2 assists on Saturday, as well as 2 goals in the games previous, and obviously Bagley bagging a brace at the weekend. He's been fantastic.
And for El Paso Locomotive, still missing Lucho Solignac. In fact, 6 on the injury report, but it's a pretty good front 3. There Gomez, Peter Knudsen, and Luis Herrera.
Yeah, they're going to have to bring the spark. It's an offensive lineup. They're going to play 3 forwards, so I would expect to see plenty of width. And they're going to have to come out the blocks firing tonight, because they'll be against a Lights team that is full of confidence.
Here we go from Las Vegas, the lone match in the USL Championship this evening. And this streaky El Paso team trying to get a win for the first time in 14 games. We're underway. And Las Vegas is in black. El Paso is in blue. What will we be watching for early on here, Andrew?
I want to see the formation of the Lights. It looks like they might be playing more of a 3-5-2, which means there's not going to be much width high up the pitch. So the Lights are going to rely heavily on Stauffer on the right-hand side and Mitrano on the left to bring that width. And for a change, really, well, we know Stauffer will go up and down all game long, but tonight there's going to be even more emphasis on it, because the Lights don't have Ian Bieler or Oteng in the wide areas, so there's no natural width there.
A 3-1 win against Oakland on Saturday, as we see the keys to the game for Andrew Driver.
Yeah, if the Lights continue battling, the performance on Saturday was a brave one. They had to stand up for themselves at time, and it was good to see them battle through that and then keep the character. It's been a joy. They're playing with no pressure. They're playing some good soccer, and yeah, they just want to continue that and have a good feeling about themselves. For El Paso, stay defensively strong. They've just come off a run at one point where they let in nearly 15 goals in 3 games. It was a difficult run for them, and they've got to turn the tide. A 1 win in 13 games is poor form, and they need to change that right now if they want to make the playoffs.
They're currently 9th in the West, a chance to move above the playoff line with the win tonight. It's been an unbelievably streaky season for El Paso Locomotive, who started the season with 3 straight defeats and then reeled off an impressive run, unbeaten in 12 games as El Paso pushes forward. During that 12-game unbeaten run, 7 consecutive wins in the middle of that, but that led right into the current run of 1 win in 13, and you had it all up and you're right around the playoff line somehow, somewhat.
Yeah, we mention all the time that this league it's a streaky league. If you go on that run, you can make it into the playoffs. For the Lights this year, unfortunately, they haven't had that run, but you see El Paso, 7 wins in a row, and even though the form's been that poor, they're still in the hunt.
Yeah, you stack 21 points in a short span, you're going to be in the mix. As Rios misses it, he's on loan from Houston Dynamo. So just overview of this Las Vegas Lights team. First year as an independent club, not affiliated with an MLS side as they were the last 2 seasons with LAFC, a completely new roster. And early on, a 7-game road trip to start the season. And then injuries at the forward position, most notably Paso Faz with an Achilles tear to miss the season. A mutual parting of ways with Eric Hugo Torres, the starting center forward. And as a result of that, you've had multiple players having to change positions, including Danny Rios and Tyler Bagley.
Yeah, and both of them have taken advantage of those moments when they've come now. Bagley's been outstanding as the lone striker the last couple of weeks, and Danny Rios, who was starved for minutes early in the season, has come in and he's hit the ground running. 3 goals in the last 3 games, and he's just been outstanding.
Now there is the injury report. Paso Faz, Eric Oteng, Issa Ryan. And some big names for El Paso, most notably Lucho Solignac, who still leads the team with 9 goals on the season. But he's been out for a little while now, and a total of 6 missing for El Paso.
Well, we are officially at the end of the summer, aren't we? All this traveling, all these games takes it out the legs, and I think both of these teams, it's started to really catch up with them, and it's the most lengthy injury report we've had by far this season.
You see Luke Stauffer on the right side of the field. He was very dangerous early in the season. He's getting more of a license to push forward now. And throw-in comes in.
For me, Stauffer is a huge highlight. I think he's been absolutely fantastic. He brings so much energy down that right side. He's great on the ball. It was funny the discussion earlier in the season that he had to fight for his place, but he's probably been in most of the season, one of the first names on the team sheet as he gets the ball here. He's fast, he's athletic, and he finds a pass, and he's also got a little bit of skill. We saw some great interplay with him and Preston Tabortateka when they played together, and yeah, he's really a guy that's shone this season.
Well, that is kind of the only silver line of an injury-plagued squad as Vegas pushes forward up this right side. Support, good hold-up play there from Stauffer. Pulls it back to Danny Rios. Andres Jimenez out in Zazu. And it's Stauffer again. Rios is pulled out to this right side. Bagley is central. Veterano is joining. Deflected out for a corner kick.
Yeah, good start from Vegas, isn't it? They've taken on where they left off on Saturday, confident on the ball, buzzing around. Bagley getting in, a nice little run in behind, and Danny Rios seeing plenty of the ball already. And it's those guys you want to get on the ball.
And Harizo's corner kick for Las Vegas. It's Bagley and Rios. Not often you two center forwards standing together in the corner.
No, and Bagley has inherited these corner kick duties, and he was whipping some good balls in it. It's usually Ingram that takes them, but he's got a good delivery on him.
Side swipe there from Timothy Zali, the loanee from New Mexico United. That's a good ball. The line is high. Mitrano nearly gets there, and a bit of reckless defending there from El Paso. They tried to push forward, but they kind of left some unmarked men on the edge of the box.
I think the ball fell to Mitrano. He's probably not the man you wanted. He wanted to shift it onto his left foot. If that was a right-footed player, the first touch would have taken it away from the defender. Because Mitrano tried to shift it onto the left, it just gave the El Paso defender the time to get in and prevent the chance. But good from the lights, picking up the second balls and getting it into the danger area.
Bagley preparing. At the top of the area, Alexander Romero supporting. Luke Stauffer grew up in Kentucky, preparing to throw it in.
With his lucky mustache. It was the first time I noticed it on Saturday. 100% record.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Goes with the facial hair as well. Did you have many superstitions as a player?
I did have some, but one of them most certainly wasn't growing a mustache.
Rios and Bagley. Petrovic out there to defend as well. Here is the corner from Bagley. At the top of the area. Taken off the shoulder, and now El Paso will try and break. Good work tracking all the way back to clear.
Yeah, good coverage from Jimenez Aranzazu. He read the danger. That could have been a dangerous counter-attack for El Paso. The pass just through the center, just enticing enough for Aranzazu to put out the danger. That's what the lights need to be careful when you throw bodies forward like that for corners. The counter-attack's on, but really positive start from Las Vegas Lights. A couple of corners, a really good bit of possession in the opposition's half, and you can just see this team buzzing around. There seemed so much more confidence after that win at the weekend, and El Paso just look so far like a team that is going for a bit of form, a little bit uneasy in possession.
The silver lining for El Paso, despite this one win in 13 run, is the recent record at Orange County. There's a nice ball inside the box and just too passive from Rios. He backed up. The defender for El Paso got there first. It was a near hand ball, but I think Rios needs to kind of come towards that ball.
Yeah, it was possession one from Stauffer, and his first impression was go forward. And for me, it's a nice little looped ball, and Rios probably should, you're right, have gone to the ball, but it's a bit of a looping pass. I think Stauffer's best decision would have been to go to Bagley and then draw the defender in and then go out to Rios. But really positive from the lights. First thought on Stauffer's mind when he won it was attack, and he attacked with pace.
Now it's alive right on the edge of the box, and two bodies collide inside the 6-yard box. Looks painful there for Timothy Zali.
And this is just an absolutely fantastic delivery from Stauffer on the right-hand side. He's got the ball. This time, instead of trying to go and run at the defender, he's one thing in his mind is whip the ball in, and it's such a difficult one for the goalkeeper. He's come out to try and get it, but Zali, the big man's up there, and he's not far away from that, Timothy Zali. A yard in front of that, and he's nodding that in the empty net. But it all comes from a great delivery on the right-hand side from Stauffer.
It's Mark Navarro. He chested it away from Rios just seconds before. Good defending from the Barcelona, Spain native. And that time he went up against the big Swiss center back, Timothy Zali, and they collided. It's Benny Diaz. He was part of that resistance in the last game against Orange County. Really, the silver lining is you go to one of the most informed teams. Like we saw them against Las Vegas a few weeks ago, and it's one of the best performances I've seen in the USL Championship this year. Alana Losky now playing in Denmark, but that was standing. They went on the road and they limited Orange County to just 2 shots on goal.
Yeah, it's impressive because we were so impressed with Orange County. Where they came here and they're one of the only teams this year to really give the lights a beating. And yeah, to hold them in Orange County to a 0-0 draw is an impressive feat.
There's Ali very high up the field from the center back.
They can do that tonight though because they've got 3 centre halves, and as long as the defenders the central defenders are 2v1 at the back, you can afford one of those central defenders to go forward and put pressure on the attackers if they drop into the midfield. And I don't mind that. It's a clear foul, but sometimes the defender you got to let the striker know that you're going to follow him and you're going to kick him if possible.
25 clearances on the road. Another clean sheet for Benny Diaz. 8 on the season. Second in the Western Conference, tied for clean sheets. Now it's in behind, and there is an opening goal. Really the first foray in the attacking third all night for El Paso Locomotive, and it's Miles Lyons on the score sheets.
Well, if you play 3 central defenders, there's always going to be the danger of that passing behind the channels, and El Paso's done fantastic well. I didn't see who made the pass, but it's a fantastic one into that little channel. Metrano's tracked the run, just missed it, and that is a comfortable, great finish from Lyons. Just dinked it over the goalkeeper into the back of the net. Metrano just misread the ball over the top, wasn't able to stop the run, and yes, a really nice finish. Nothing Diaz can do to prevent it, and well, it's kind of come from nowhere. El Paso was a little bit against the run of play, and that just little one great ball into the channel, and a really good finish by Miles Lyons.
It's his first goal of the season. He's one of 4 players to play in every game this season. Just 20 years of age, grew up in Tucson and played at the Barso Residency Academy, which is well known among Las Vegas Lights fans. Many of the LAFC players came out of that academy. And a well-taken goal and a road lead for El Paso, really the first push into the final third all night.
Yeah, it came from the vision of Liam Rose in the midfield. You see him look up, and that is the danger. I said it briefly when they scored the goal. If you have 3 central midfielders, the channels can be exposed, and it was just a really good run from Lyons in behind Metrano, and he couldn't cut the pass out, and a well-worked goal. And it just shows you don't need to have all the possession. All it takes is that one great ball, and it can change the momentum of a game.
First professional goal for Miles Lyons. Made his debut with El Paso last season, now in his 2nd season.
So he took it well for his first goal, didn't he? A great little finish, a dink over the goalkeeper. an unconfident player in that situation would just strike through the ball and maybe panic a little bit. He didn't panic, and he just chipped it over the goalkeeper.
Second assist of the season. For Liam Rose, who has been so consistent this year, his 27th appearance, his 26th start. He'll surpass 2,200 minutes on the season tonight. He's the team leader. And that's in the back of the net, but will not count.
I'm honestly, so it was a foul throw. Yeah, I could tell you instantly that Petrovic took the throw with his foot up, but the ball had landed to the lights, and maybe the flag went up so late, the lights just wanted to keep playing. You know, bizarre one. It's funny how you see some foul throw. I've not seen one of those in a while.
Seldom called to the pro level. Did they ever call it on you?
I have had a couple that slipped out my hands, and it was embarrassing.
Security National Mortgage Company loan officers know the way. Each of our expert team members has the experience and know how to get you on the path to owning your own home today. Well, now it's somewhat familiar territory, unfortunately, Andrew, for Las Vegas. Falling behind at home, it happens quite a bit this season, inside 15 minutes, but they were able to turn it around against Oakland. The come-from-behind victory for Las Vegas, very rare for Las Vegas. First time since 2018 they turned a halftime deficit into a win.
And it was a gutsy win as well, and it was a funny one because it's the same as this. They played pretty well, went behind, and they looked really up against it, and you didn't have much hope for them.
It had crossed the line. It's a goal kick.
And then they just kept chipping away, and it's going to be the same for the Lights tonight. Just continue to keep chipping away, show the attitude. And for the one luxury for the Lights is they don't have anything to play for other than pride. So they're now in a situation where you go a goal down, there's nothing to lose. It's like, oh, right, guys, we just need to keep doing what we're doing and keep playing with that freedom and see if we can get anything out of this game.
Building up this right side, that's a decent thought there, but it looks like El Paso will defend with 5 across the back at times today. Stoffer, a bit shifty, but there was a foul before that moment. Frustration here billowing for Las Vegas.
Yeah, frustration, but what you've seen is they're so bought into it the last 2 games. There was a lot of decisions that went against the Lights last week, and they were together as a team. There was confrontation throughout the game, and it wasn't guys individually like you would see in a team that's just given up. It was guys going together, and it's incredible to say how far away at the bottom they are in the league, but they still have that togetherness to win a game that was just a complete battle.
The breakthrough goal, first of the season, first of his professional career for the 20-year-old Miles Lions. A good sign as well for El Paso. As good as they were defensively against Orange County last time out, they were held without a shot on target. First time that had happened in a game since 2020 for El Paso.
Yes, it doesn't sound like a classic game, does it?
2 shots on goal against 0 shots on goal.
Yeah, it sounds a bit like a bore fest, honestly, but you sometimes have that. And honestly, El Paso, with the form they're in, they were probably delighted to have that. It's probably got to the stage where it doesn't matter how we do it, we just don't go out of this game without a defeat today.
There's Benny Diaz, 24-year-old from Los Angeles. Tied for second in the West with 8 clean sheets.
That's where you may struggle with Bagley. A ball into the striker, and it's just bounced off him a little bit. He's usually fairly good at holding the ball up, but not as a naturalized striker. The balls into feet like that are fairly difficult at times. It's difficult skill to hold the ball up when you're under immense pressure by the defenders.
Now for El Paso, if they win this tonight, they'll leapfrog 2 teams in the West, both Monterey Bay and Colorado Springs. They would move to 39 points. And Colorado Springs and Monterey on 37. It's been a year of very inconsistent teams in the West. Monterey Bay has had their own long run of form, but they're still in the mix, turning around a little bit as of late, with 3 straight wins after a long run without many wins.
Yes, it's kind of a funny 3 or 4 teams, isn't it? All those teams, the Texas-based teams, El Paso, Texas-based, New Mexico, close to Texas,
yes,
and Rio Grande Valley just haven't had any consistency, have they? They've kind of been a bit patchy, and they've been in that constant struggle in that area to try and get into the playoffs. And then obviously Colorado Springs have now managed to get themselves in that situation too.
And Oakland wobbling as well. They look firmly in the playoff places. They've lost 3 in a row and now just 3 points above the playoff line. So it's really wide open there. You would say RGV and up. Everyone but Las Vegas has a shout at the playoffs. RGV entering play tonight would be 5 points back at the playoffs.
Yeah, but it's all about going on a streak, isn't it? You've got to start winning it. We talk many times about the Orange County team that came from nowhere and went on to win the championship. So it's all about the form you go into the playoffs.
That's from the edge of the box, and it's a good save. A good strike from distance. Now, Liam Rose had his 2nd assist of the season on the opening goal, and Leo Diaz has been busy and consistent this season for Las Vegas.
Yeah, this one, it fell nicely to Rose. Nobody from the lights closed him down. He had acres of time to pick it out and have a strike, and not a bad one. No way you're scoring past Leo Diaz with a strike like that. Good save from the goalkeeper down to his right.
Las Vegas looking to get back in the game. They fall behind on the goal from Miles Lyons. It's Benny Diaz now. Stauffer applying pressure.
I mean, sometimes I do that on like corporate gigs, but
good challenge from Stauffer.
Oh, it was a good team challenge, wasn't it? Stauffer and Bagley buzzing about like we've seen in the last couple of weeks. Bagley has just got so much energy. He doesn't give the defender a second, and they just continually closing down players and winning the ball back. Oh, what a ball that is.
Oh, nice defending from Zali. He tried to pull it back across his body. That was Petter Knudsen.
We were so used to Leo Diaz playing those long balls, but this time it was Benny Diaz for El Paso zinging one over the top. It beat all the defenders, and Knudsen, there's a better chance than you thought. His first touch was good. He tried to beat Timothy Zali instead of just going over the goalkeeper, but Leo Diaz was so far out of his goal. If he'd lifted his head, it would have been an easy chip over the goalkeeper's head to score.
Petar Petrovic, who turned 28 on Friday. Part of this large Swedish contingent for El Paso Locomotive. And that's deflected and cleared. Now Diaz back in front of his goal, the Argentine. And Gomez to throw it in. Aaron Gomez, regular the last few seasons with El Paso. Before that, FC Juarez in Mexico. Good layoff that time, just slightly too long for Miles Lyons.
Yeah, it was a nice fought by Luis Herrera with a nice little touch. He tried a little back flick and almost went into Miles Lyons' possession. But a little bit of inventive plays, and it shows you how much a goal can change. This El Paso team now looks a little bit more confident, looking to pass it around, a couple more flicks and tricks, and they've managed to play themselves into the game.
Vegas have now allowed 28 first half goals in 29 games this season. No team in the league have allowed more.
you've just got to start games better, haven't you? Especially at professional soccer, like there's some games where it's going to be a struggle, but if you're giving up goals early every game, you're just climbing a hill constantly, aren't you? Maybe just a little bit more. Sometimes, hey, whatever we do, we just don't let a goal in the first half. Just let's keep ourselves tight and concentrate.
Rose called for the foul as he slid in front of Xander Romero, and I would say that is, in my opinion, one of the largest reasons for the season for Las Vegas. This team has been in a lot of games, but they've had to do so much work coming from behind. It's hard to come from behind and win a game. You can pull a point out here and there, but to overcome a deficit and win like they did against Oakland is very rare.
Yeah, it's difficult. Even the top teams, you will see it's so difficult to come from behind. You put yourselves in such a hole, and the professional and the top teams will, if they go ahead, even if they're not performing well, they will stop you from being able to create opportunities. And it's a difficult thing trying to get back in, especially as the game goes on. You become a little bit more predictable by going more direct, and it's harder to be creative.
That was Andres Jimenez on Nzazu, intended for Luke Stauffer. It's a goal kick now for El Paso and Benny Diaz. Now Eric McHugh beside Diaz is a short option. Long direct ball, putting Leo Diaz back in his own area. A 2-1 win for El Paso in the previous meeting between these sides, Southwest University Park in June. Lucho Solignac and Eric McHugh both scored. A penalty for Lucho Solignac. Mortadaka Preston scored for Las Vegas. He's now with Birmingham Legion. Another attacking piece, no longer with the club. From Rios now. He had good vision there as he tried to slip that through, but good defending from El Paso.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Danny Rios, wasn't it? He's got great feet to get past the defender, and then he saw the through ball. I'm not sure who it was running onto it. I think it was Bushu that was coming from deep, and just the defender, I think it was Eric McHugh, just got enough on it to prevent the through ball. But I've been really impressed with Danny Rios. He's not played many minutes. He's come into the team and he's just shone. He's scoring those goals. He's playing with so much confidence, and you can just see even the small things like his touch and his passing has just improved immensely as he's grown in confidence.
We saw the manager for El Paso, Brian Claerhouty, 37-year-old from New Jersey, an experience in Sweden before El Paso. And a free kick here for Las Vegas. Kevin Broadley is our referee tonight.
It's funny how many Americans go play in Sweden and Scandinavia, and coaches that go and cut their teeth at that level. What would be the reason behind that?
Americans going to cut their teeth in Scandinavia?
Yeah.
I think it does have a little more opportunity than some of the bigger leagues. I think, it's hard for an Englishman to get a job in England in many ways, right? So,
I know there's been a few in more recent times English people go and do it, but there isn't, I would say, as many English people go. Obviously, there's more opportunity in England to go play soccer, so that there is not as much reason to go to Sweden. But you do see a big American contingent going to these countries.
Yeah, he did. He started in the U.S., Temple University men's soccer team about a decade ago. And then he coached at various clubs as an assistant in Sweden before getting the full-time job. There's a shot and a save from Leo Diaz. El Paso have kind of absorbed pressure, haven't done a lot with the ball, but when they've had it, they've broken quite nicely.
Well, this time it was Knudsen again. He's got to the byline. He's got good pace against Zach Carroll. And I think he's tried to cross it into the path of Josue Gomez, But he's kind of mishit, and he mishit it, and it almost caught Leo Diaz off guard at his near post. Good reflexes from the goalkeeper to stop the shot. Because I think for sure that Knudsen didn't mean to put it in that area.
It's Petar Petrovic from the corner. On top of the goal. Trying to go to the near post there, and here's Leo Diaz looking for that lively restart. Very good goal kick, and it's Bagley absorbing some contact. He's earned a free kick.
Leo Diaz has played that quickly and that fast. When Bagley's looking for the free kick, the referee's still in the box from the corner. You saw him turn on. He's given a yellow card for the foul. I'm not sure who it was against, but Leo Diaz played it so quick. The referee, I'm not sure how he's given the free kick because he's so far from the play.
Well, Leo Diaz, I think, is asking for more. You seldom see a goalkeeper come up like this to contest a call.
Yeah, so I think that the referee's going to the linesman, but you can't say that's going to be more than a yellow card for Calvillo, because Bagley didn't really have it under control. He's headed it, really, hasn't he? If you're in full control and you're going through on goals, that's when it's a red card. But on this occasion, I think if it was a foul, the referee's made the right decision. Yeah, so there you see it. It's a long ball. It's a challenge. It's Miles Lyons actually with the yellow card.
Lyons in the book.
But he had to make the challenge. There was no stopping it. But for me, Bagley didn't have that under control. So it's not more than a yellow card.
Bagley to deliver.
It's like a little box of tricks, isn't it? Was it like the Swiss Army knife? He'll come on, he'll play defender, and then he'll go up front, and now he's taking all free kicks and corners. Like you could say he's got bags of ability.
Oh yeah. Trying to steal a pun from me, the way you said that. It made it on thick.
Oh, I've been too far. Been with you too long, Matt.
Well, here he is. Bagley has been a very important player the last month or so for Las Vegas. Now over this free kick, and he's over the bar.
A good effort, just not enough dip on it. You see what he's trying to do, but not the greatest free kick in the end.
I think not many knew he had that set piece type quality in his bag.
No. Oh no!
Right back at you.
But to be fair, we were right when he was coming on. He was coming on as a right back. He would make the odd occasion he'd come on as a right midfielder, and you presumed it was because he was just going to cover the right back and help Stauffer out. But and then his first start up front, I did a little bit of research, and you saw that he was listed as a midfielder, attacker, and defender when he was at college, and you can see why, because he has actually got a lot of ability. He puts full effort in. And then sometimes players with full effort, you think, it's just he puts full effort in, but he doesn't have the ability. But he shows that he does have a lot of qualities when he gets the ball.
Zali building out of the back. Mitrano long diagonal, pretty good switch. It's headed backward, and a corner kick. A good diagonal that time, earns a corner kick for Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's a long diagonal over to Stauffer, who's he's going up and down on that right side, try and open up this El Paso defense. It's been a while since the lights have really stretched them in the last 10-15 minutes, so I don't mind a little bit of a diagonal to try and play off a mistake.
Bagley from the corner, and Rios joins as well. El Paso ready for these short corners. They haven't gone short yet, and they don't do it here. They go towards the spot. It's headed away.
It's a bit funny, two right-footed players going out there. I think Rios is trying to sell as if he could take the corner, which, when he's right-footed, it's not really believable.
It's flicked on here to Mitrano. He clips it in, and it's handled there by Benny Diaz, who goes direct. This is wide open, and it's Leo Diaz from one goalkeeper to the other, and now it's Leo Diaz going for goal. Hey, field players, take a break. This is 1v1 with the goalkeeper.
Was it the old goalie wars, the old
Yes.
MLS competition thing? Just the two Diaz's going at it. But Leo Diaz, it was just a flash of yellow from nowhere then, wasn't it? And to be fair, he's taking a chance. If 1 foot wrong, and it's going to be disastrous for Leo Diaz. But we're so used to him playing that sweeper keeper. It's no surprise that he's playing that high up.
Mitrano. That's a nice ball from Leo Diaz, just slightly overhit, but the idea was there from the goalkeeper to stop for an appreciative thumb from the Kentucky native.
It's about a yard away from being perfection, isn't it?
Yes.
There's the absolute, he's pinged it out there, Beckham-esque, you would say, almost on a dime.
I wouldn't say Beckham-esque, I'd say Driver-esque.
I didn't have that ability. I couldn't kick it that far. This
Yeah.
guy can absolutely boom it.
Yeah.
There was an old commercial in England of Beckham doing long passes like that, and he was pinging them onto a goal flag from like 30 yards, and you could have believed that he would be able to do it because he had so much ability. And that's what Leo Diaz does. He just plays those zings with so much pace, and they're more often than not on the money for a goalkeeper as well.
Throw it into Leo Diaz. He's getting more ambitious with every touch tonight.
That was quite disrespectful to the goalkeepers, wasn't it? For a goalkeeper, you shouldn't say that anymore, because goalies now, the modern goalie can play outfield.
They can play.
Yeah.
Mapping your trail home is a snap. Download the Security National app today to get pre-qualified. Search for a home, calculate loan scenarios, and complete the mortgage process all in the palm of your hand with the Security National app. An app with scenarios, Andrew. What are the possibilities for me? I like bringing fun scenarios to you, just random ideas.
That is true.
El Paso Locomotive leading 1-0. First pro goal for Miles Lyons, the 20-year-old native of Tucson who came up in the Barca residency of Arizona. They produced a lot of good players over the years. We think back to Las Vegas last year. Multiple players out of the Barca residency. That's a really good touch, but good defending for big Timothy Zali.
Yeah, there was 2 or 3 last year for the Lights, wasn't there? Obviously, a successful academy.
Good pressure there on Leo Diaz. The Argentine away.
The Lights have done well in the last 2 games is they've put 3 midfielders in there with Bushu, Jimenez, Aranzazu and Romero, and they've won more second balls. They've been more competitive in the centre of the park, and you saw there it was a long ball from Leo Diaz. It was won by El Paso, but it was Lights guys to second on the second ball, and that's what potentially the Lights haven't done this season. They maybe haven't won the battles in different areas of the park, and the last 2 games, those 3 central midfielders are winning the battles.
Really shaky back pass out of the back. I think it's a bit lucky that El Paso didn't break with more pace. Now a free kick is given. Mitrano forced to commit the foul against Miles Lyons, who's been one of the most dangerous players in this first half for El Paso.
Yeah, coming from right back into those attacking areas, and that attack came from a slack pass from Zach Carroll into the middle of the park, and you were right. The Lights were a little bit lucky that El Paso didn't break with speed, because the Lights were wide open at that point.
Seven minutes to halftime. El Paso leading 1-0. There's a header wide. Beautiful delivery from Calvillo.
Yeah, nice delivery. The header's won from pretty much the edge of the 18, so it'd take a proper header to be able to beat the goalkeeper from there, but not a bad little set piece. And El Paso, after a shaky start, have looked pretty comfortable towards the end of this first half. They're playing I wouldn't say slow, but a nice pace of play. They're not overstretching themselves, but they're playing very well.
We've seen a lot from the right back today. The goal scorer, Miles Lyons, who came from Barca residency. A comp for me for Las Vegas would be Julian Gaines from LAFC, who signed with the first team as a homegrown player. He came out of that Barca residency as well, so a similar profile player in my opinion.
Yeah, and a guy who turned out well for the Lights last year.
Gaines has a brother, plays with Charlotte in MLS. A pretty cool, two brothers in the league on opposite coasts.
Not cool for the parents when they have to decide what
Yes.
game to go to. Racking up the air miles. It's a nice problem to have, isn't it?
Another Barca residency product, Bryce Duke, who's been traded a few times, Inter Miami, then on to Montreal. He was a Barca residency player as well. Frank Jeroma.
Jeroma, that's the one I was thinking of. I liked Frank Jeroma. I thought he had bags of ability.
But then you think about Caden Clark as well, who's had some bright moments.
Was he Barca Academy?
Yeah, Matthew Hoppe has made it in for himself over in Germany. Really talented group. And the latest in the USL Championship from that pipeline is the goal scorer tonight, Miles Lyons. Xander Romero, the number 6 in midfield there for Las Vegas, clipped over the top and dealt with well. They are missing that target. I think the parts that Bagley bring to the table in Rios, but kind of when you need that route one option, they don't really have that right now.
Yeah, you don't have that big number 9 where you could clip the ball into Pato Faz and he would hold it up and bring midfielders in. But the Lions are playing with the cards they're dealt, and so they need Bagley. They've got Danny Rios, and it's more of a pass and move kind of play. And those guys have scored some beautiful goals the last couple of games, and it's just the Lights have to play a different way. Even tonight, it's a different formation to what was used to seeing from them. So the Lights are having to adapt, and they're having to change on the fly.
Out to midfield. Soft header wide. And the throw in coming. Here's big Noah Dollenmeyer.
He's a big fella, isn't he? How tall is he? Have you got the statistics on that, Matt?
I'll let you guess. Using your trained eye.
No wonder Bagley's struggling to win a header. He's up against a tall fellow.
Officially 6'6". Previously in the LAFC system. 23-year-old from Thousand Oaks, California. Long touch from Itrano. A good composure there just to back out of it. You oftentimes see a player like a long touch and then they overcommit afterwards. There's Benny Diaz off his line to claim.
Yeah, good for Mitrano on the left-hand side. We mentioned Stauf is probably the best of the two fullbacks at going forward for the Lights, but I like to see Mitrano being confident there, running with the ball, and not a bad ball in the end. The goalkeeper came and gathered, but he put it into a dangerous area.
Security National has the consistent track record of dependable financial backing of Security National Financial. Security National has weathered all the ups and downs of the economy and gained a reputation for outstanding leadership in the home loan market. That's Security National Mortgage. Now the goal scorer tonight, Miles Lyons. And a good ball over the top from Liam Rose, the Australian with his second assist of the season. Another potential halftime deficit beckoning for Las Vegas.
they haven't played badly, though, the Lights. I think they've been well in the game. They've been very competitive. It is simply a case of El Paso taking their opportunity. I think for the Lights, they just need to stick at it. This is very similar to how they were Saturday, and they managed to get back into the game before half-time, and I think it'll be important to see if the Lights can try and do that. And you go in at half-time with a drawing, you give yourself a... Actually, no, it was 1-0 at half-time, right? And the doubt crept in the second half, but you're well in it, you're close. So the Lights just need to keep sticking at it, and El Paso will have that doubt in the mind. 1-0 is a difficult scoreline to hold.
A fairly defensive battle, 3 shots for El Paso, just 2 for Las Vegas. The teams have combined for a total of 8 touches in the opposition box. There's another free kick. But Vegas have had 31 final third entries. They just haven't done a lot with it once they get to that final third.
Yeah, this El Paso big defense is difficult to go by. So the Lights are getting into the areas, but you're throwing balls into the box, and you've got McHugh and Dolomite who are there, and they're obviously big guys, so it's going to be a battle to try and win those headers.
3 minutes of first half stoppage time, presented by the Jewelers of Las Vegas. Benny Diaz. The restart here. And played for Club Tijuana before El Paso.
How successful a team is Club Tijuana in Mexico? Are they top half or?
Year by year, they had a good run, I would say 5 to 7 years ago. They would not be, I would say, in the teams competing for trophies consistently as of late, but it's a big club. I would say it's well supported.
So growing up, a lot of people who have growing up in El Paso will be Tijuana fans because they're such a big club.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they share a border with San Diego.
Oh, so that's...
Yes, so that's the border crossing, Tijuana to San Diego.
So what's the city next to El Paso?
Reynosa.
Yeah, that's my mistake.
Oh,
there's my bad geography there. I apologize.
No, Ciudad Juarez. Ciudad Juarez.
Okay.
Ciudad Juarez, of course.
Those are the little runs you want Danny Rios making into those little channels, trying to stretch this El Paso defense, because the Lights haven't had much joy by going in front of the defense yet. You need to make those runs in behind, try and give a different look, try and get around the feet of those big guys.
Xander Romero wide to the left. Michoacano's cross into a good spot, and it's dealt with well by El Paso. Good defending inside the box from Eric Calvillo. And there's a brave header away. Timothy Zolli nodding it forward. Surprised we're not seeing Leo Diaz up near his back three.
He wasn't far away though, was he? He's still it's funny because it's always going to take his one mistake and you're beaten. But he's a confident guy, isn't he, Leo Diaz? So he plays one way and he'll keep doing it.
There's a direct ball. Diaz might get one more punt here before halftime. Instead he goes short, out wide to the right. And there is halftime. A goal, a first pro goal, a memorable goal for Miles Lyons. Has El Paso leading 1-0. Your thoughts on the first 45 minutes, Andrew Driver?
Well, it's very similar to Saturday. First half being the Lights started fairly well, went behind, and it's been a little bit of a slog for the Lights. El Paso grew into the game, but it's even. Not many great opportunities. It's not the best game to have watched, but it's close to going into second half, and the Lights will be confident after their performance on Saturday they can turn this round.
Halftime at Cashman Field in Las Vegas. The 20-year-old right back, Miles Lyons, with the opening goal. It's halftime, 1-0 El Paso Locomotive.
Says yes to you. Yes! Close by and up the road on North Decatur, just off US 95. Friendly makes it easy with a huge selection of Ford vehicles, including Escape, Explorer, Bronco, F-150, and more. Now with free pickup and delivery for all of your service needs. Friendly Ford, your neighborhood Ford dealership, minutes away from anywhere, delivering you the best in customer satisfaction in sales, service, parts, and body shop.
Friendly Ford, you get more.
This tiny payment thing is a giant pain. Hi, ladies. Alex from US Bank. Can she help? How about a comprehensive point-of-sale system that can track inventory, manage schedules, and customize orders? That's what US Bank Business Essentials is for. What about a new oven? Can US Bank help us there? We can serve loans in as fast as 12 minutes. That would be a big help. Huge. Jumbo. Ginormous.
Finding ways to make your business boom. That's what US Bank is for. We'll get there together.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine. You can go from 0 to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
This is not the future. This is our reality. Lake Mead is at historic lows. It's time to get real. Change your watering clock now. Water only 3 days a week in fall. It's the law.
For over 60 years, AARP has empowered people to choose how they live as they age. As a wise friend and fierce defender, we advocate for better health, financial security, and stronger communities. We are AARP.
Go-kart racing at halftime at Cashman Field in Las Vegas, the Mini Grand Prix. It's a good workout for the boys in the back.
There's only one winner here, isn't there? It's the new saying for horsepower. And there's the checkered flag. A well-deserved victory for Max Verstappen there in the front.
A good little workout. Isidro Sanchez might get a few ideas for training next week after seeing those boys put in a good shift.
The old sled training, but with a go-kart instead.
Were you more of a sled guy or a parachute guy?
I was more of a go and kick a football around guy.
As soccer in Summerlin begins in just a short while. Partnership with the Las Vegas Aviators brings USL Soccer to Las Vegas Ballpark in nearby Summerlin. 2 matchups to look forward to, Andrew. October 7th at 7:30, Colorado Springs. Then a week later, San Diego Loyal.
I'm looking forward to see how the games go, see the new stadium, and I'm more excited the fact that the Lights are performing pretty well right now. And so, yeah, a couple of really big games.
And the last game ever for San Diego Loyal. Very tough news for that organization. It'll try and go out on a bang in Summerlin. 1-0 our score at halftime. The goal scorer, Miles Lyons, his first as a pro. And the visitors lead 1-0.
Goes topic frequently. I mean, yeah, let's talk about
Stop
today
it.
when we go
Yo,
topics.
roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
News and notes from across the USL Championship presented by Security National Mortgage. How about the Carolina comeback? Charleston's playoff clinch, 52 points this season. And what a turnaround it's been. Already 27 points better than last season.
Yeah, something the Lights can look at and try and build on this form that they're going on now. And it just shows you a team can turn it around pretty quickly at USL Championship.
You know me, Danish, Norwegian ancestry. I love a good Danish treat. In a transfer deal with FC Nordsjælland, Milan Oloski, we saw him against Vegas 2 weeks ago, and he was in form as you can get.
He was impressive. He scored another goal to add to his tally in that game. And Nordsjælland are a team that they bring in good players. They're a developmental club, and they have one of those teams that have the knack to find good young talent. And it's a real chance for Milan Oloski to go to a club, a big club, and develop as a player.
We will finish the season with Orange County as they look for another title. New Mexico and Indy 11 on Friday, opening up a slew of matchups. Go into the Pink Box Donut box and pick your matchup of your choice, Andrew.
Well, clearly Las Vegas away to Monterey Bay. Monterey Bay, another team similar to El Paso that need to keep winning to chase that playoff dream.
My condolences that Glaze FC is not playing Maple Bar United.
Carry on.
Andrew Traveler loves a good glazed donut. I don't mind them. I'm a blueberry lemon guy myself. But that's a big one for Monterey Bay around the playoff line. As we look at the table in the West, and as we said, an opportunity here for El Paso to leapfrog two teams, Colorado Springs and Monterey Bay, with the win.
Yeah, it's getting tight, isn't it? From Colorado Springs, Monterey Bay, El Paso chasing it. New Mexico not out of it, but they need to start going on a winning streak. And if Oakland don't keep winning, if Oakland lose a couple of games in a row, they could get dragged down into it too.
One to nothing as the performance continues at halftime. They're having a good old time. So is El Paso and its goal scorer, Miles Lyons. Halftime in Las Vegas. Locomotive have a 1-0 lead.
Papa was a lawyer in Cuba. Dad was one of the first Spanish-speaking lawyers in Nevada. Alex and Orlando grew up with justice in their blood, and they've built De Castro Verde Law Group Personal Injury on a legacy of fighting and winning for their clients. If you've been hurt, they will stand by you every step of the way, like family, because family would never let you settle for less than you deserve. De Castro Verde Law Group Personal Injury. Our family will fight for yours.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine, you can go from 0 to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
This is not the future. This is our reality. Lake Mead is at historic lows. It's time to get real. Change your watering clock now. Water only 3 days a week in fall. It's the law.
Nevada Donor Network is a proud partner of the Las Vegas Lights FC. We are asking for your help to save and heal lives. Registered organ, eye, and tissue donors give hope to the more than 650 Nevadans waiting for their second chance at life. You have the power to bring them hope. Register as a hero today at registerme.org. Together, we are Nevada strong.
Las Vegas Light Soccer is presented by Southern Nevada Water Authority. Stay water smart. By Clark County Credit Union, proud supporter of Las Vegas Lights FC. By Great Clips, it's gonna be great. And by Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. A gorgeous September sunset in Las Vegas as we look at the highlights. Las Vegas and El Paso for the second time this season, and early on the best chances fell to Las Vegas Lights.
Yeah, the Lights started probably better. This time a good win from Stafford. Tried to get it into Danny Rios. There just wasn't too much on the delivery, and that pass there from Liam Rose is the difference between the two teams. Great ball and a lovely finish from Miles Lyons.
Fairly simple ball from midfield leads to the goal.
Yeah, it was just one ball over the top, and the Lights with three central defenders just don't have too much cover in those wide areas. Here a strike from Rose as well, just a little bit far away.
El Paso trying to snap a bit of a poor run lately. One win in its last 13 matches. There's Mitrano on the end of it. But no problem for the hands of Benny Diaz. And then it was goalkeeper wars.
Yeah, the goalie wars of Diaz to Diaz.
Benny to Leo. And here are the stats.
Yeah, possession good for the Lights. I think on Saturday they didn't have any possession. It was only 30%, so they've had the ball. They've looked good in possession as well, but I think the saying of the game is only 5 shots in total between the two teams. It's not been a creative masterclass by either team, and yeah, it's been a bit of a slog so far, so the second half is going to be who can create those chances and who can take them when they come.
Set for the second half. It looks like a few changes for Las Vegas. Andrew Carlton will come on. Jordan Ayambila Double change from Isidro Sanchez as he looks for that tying goal. Here we go in the second half. Las Vegas in black, El Paso in blue. What are you watching for early days in this second half?
Well, I think it's 3 substitutions for the lights. I think Ingram's come on as well, so there's obviously a few changes. Andrew Carlton's going to bring a spark. Ian Biela's more wide, so there'll be a change of formation. And I think Isidro Sanchez has just decided that we're going to go for this. He's putting on some attacking-minded players and just see if they can turn this deficit around.
And a free kick given to El Paso.
I just noticed in the game we said the assist for El Paso came through Liam Rose. I think it was actually Eric McHugh from midfield. So we've given credit to Rose all night, and unfortunately we got it wrong, and it was McHugh with the great pass from midfield for the assist for the Locomotive.
Credit to him. Our mistake. Here's a turnover. Now a chance for Las Vegas. Long distance hit is off the mark from Bagley. Really first time today we've really seen Benny Diaz take risk playing out of the back, and it really nearly cost him.
And it's the on-form man, Bagley, as well, straight to him, and he's at one thing of mine, turn and then strike. This time just pulled it past the post. The defender managed to put him off enough, but lucky. Poor start to the second, sloppy start to the second half from El Paso, and with the lights bringing on some fresh legs, you don't want to be making those mistakes.
Stauffer dispossessed. Knudsen trying to work through there. He was well defended. As you see the changes, Ingram on for Rios. So typically more of a true midfielder for Rios, who'd been playing higher up the field.
Oh, I would suspect that might be an injury. Rios has been so creative in the last few games. He came off on Saturday as well, so he might be carrying a little bit of an injury.
Jordan Iambila on for Alejandro Mitrano.
That's most certainly more of an offensive change for the lights. Mitrano, great defensively, but maybe just doesn't have that spark that Iambila can come on the left-hand side. We saw Iambila in flashes at the weekend. He's got pace. He maybe needs to learn a little bit of stop and go on the defender. He's very direct. He just wants to use his pace, but he has that pace, and he is attack-minded.
There's Rose to restart. Diaz read that well. High off his line in front of Aaron Gomez.
He puts your heart in your mouth at times, doesn't he? That one went over the top, and it could have bounced anywhere. He's so far out of his goal. If he makes one slip, he's going to be in trouble, but at least he's entertaining to watch as a goalkeeper.
Ryan Biela clutching at his upper left leg. He looks to be okay with a big smile on his face.
I think he just overran it and then lost his footing. I'm not sure if it's a foul. He's just used his pace. It was a good challenge, a good tackle on him. The momentum of Iambila went through the defender, and it looks like a sore one in the end for him.
Iambila, 22 years of age, from Ghana. Spent last season on loan with San Antonio FC. Back pass to Benny Diaz. He plays out of the pressure. And the free kick is given. Vegas building frustration here with that call.
Going back to El Paso's possession there, you've got to be careful with Tyler Bagley buzzing around. You can't play those passes short, and I thought for a second there Bagley was gonna read it and get on the end of it, and it's led to this challenge. It's a strong challenge for Bushu. For me, he's won nothing, he's taken nothing but the ball. The follow through hit hit Rose, but I think Bushu's won the ball there, and it was a good challenge.
Second meeting of the season, El Paso and Las Vegas. A deflected cross that time, it looked like. Corner kick coming to El Paso. A 2-1 home win in June for El Paso Locomotive, who are now looking for just their second win in their last 14.
Yes, 1-0's a difficult lead. I keep saying it, but you have that always that little bit of doubt. All it takes is one mistake and the opposition's back in the game, so they're going to have to keep their wits about them and keep being positive. If you sit back on 1-0, you can be in trouble.
Calvillo's corner kick is headed and saved quite easily by Leo Diaz. There's Ingram's first touch off the bench. Andrew Carlton as well. Bushu. Under the foot of Carlton. Marcelo Lage partnering Luke Stoffer across the back today. Carol, Lage, Zali, and Lutrano, the initial group. And now it's a El Paso throw-in. Petrovic. And a free kick is won. Xander Romero thought it was not a foul.
Good play from Rose, wasn't it? He showed the aggression to go win the second ball that time. The Lights midfielder's worse second to it and ends up winning a free kick. And those are the little dirty bits of play that, as a team, you need to do to see out a 1-0 victory.
There's the cross. Slightly overhit, but it stays in play. And pulled back by Eric McHugh, the assister, on the opening goal. And now a foul in transition and a yellow card is shown. Xander Romero fouled at the midfield stripe.
Good play from Xander Romero. And you know what? He's been quietly really good in the last two games. He's a number 6, but he can break out like this. And this time, very clever, brave play. Run across the defender, win a foul. It was... It was Mark Navarro coming back to try and win the ball. He just clipped the heels of Romero, but really good from Romero, cutting across him to win the free kick, and easy decision for the referee in the end.
Xander Romero on a USL Academy contract, so he's grown in his role this season. Earns the free kick in midfield. With Izali. Luke Stoffer. Overhit. We saw Xander Romero flying through there. It's into the hands of Benny Diaz. Izali steps forward. Good position from Ingram.
There's still a long way to go, but it hasn't been a classic in terms of creative chances, has it? It's been a lot of effort, some possession, but there's nothing really from either team going forward. Out with the goal, which was just a long ball, there's just not been real flow from either team, and that's an example of it there. Andrew Carlton trying to make something happen, but the final ball or the pass into feet just has gone astray, and it's been a real struggle for both teams to create anything.
Better here from El Paso. They get numbers on that right side of the field. Long first touch from Dollenmeyer. Petrovic. That's clipped over the top, knocked down, picked up by Xander Romero. Too far in front of Stauffer.
I don't know if Stauffer lost the flight of the ball in the floodlights at that time, because he kind of checked his run to go a little bit further inside from the long ball from Carlton, and then it completely beat it on the full by going out on the full. But yeah, maybe the wind is blowing from that side over.
Knudsen gets towards goal, and good defending in the end from Marcelo Lodge. One of the first moments we've seen a El Paso player isolated there on the edge of the box.
Yeah, Knudsen tried to run at him, but really good defending from Marcelo Lodge. Just stood up, didn't dive in, and Knudsen tried to do it a little bit of a drop of the shoulder without really being well defended.
Long distance hit off the mark. Quiet first half from Aaron Gomez, but a pretty good strike there.
Yeah, this is the first time we've really seen him cut inside and have the shot. It's a long distance one, and I don't mind that. If you've been quiet all day game, get a free opportunity, get your sight in, and El Paso being a little bit positive in the last couple of minutes. So you had the positive play by Knudsen, then the ball out to Gomez with the strike.
Gomez been with El Paso for all 5 seasons. 4 goals in 27 appearances this season. It's his 20th start. Again, a team that's ravaged by injury. Security National has professional mortgage branches from coast to coast and hundreds of experienced loan professionals ready to take you through the loan process with top-notch service. Security National Mortgage. Well-weighted ball towards the corner. Ayambila crossing, and good work at that near post for Eric McHugh. If not, it's a tap in for Bagley.
All comes from the pass from Ingram. Really well weighted in between the fullback and the centre half. And Ayambila's good pace to get on it, and that's inches away from finding the feet of Bagley for a tap in.
Now it's Ingram joining Bagley. In the first half, it was Denny Rios alongside Bagley. Jarito's corner kick, top of the box. Stauffer has a shot blocked.
A well-worked corner kick. Bagley obviously made the dummy run to take the second defender away, and then a nice pass onto the edge of the box for Stauffer, and he was unlucky. He got the ball out with his feet well. His touch was okay and well defended in the end. El Paso managed to get a defender there to block the shot.
Marcelo Lodge. Stauffer is all over the back line here in the second half. Ingram. Xander Romero.
El Paso just happy to sit their midfield back, because they're dropping a little bit deeper and just mark the space, not really pressing the Lights team, allowing the Lights to just have this possession, but they've kept their shape so well, it's forced the Lights into not being able to create anything.
Xander Romero hits the foul. That's Liam Rose, the Australian.
He's played well in the midfield there today. He's the holding midfielder for El Paso, and he's won second ball. He's been tidy on it, and he's had a solid performance for El Paso.
with Northridge Bulls in Australia before his time in El Paso. The flag is up, just a touch there for Bagley, who had Stauffer on the overlap.
I'm not sure. I thought Eric McHugh was possibly a little bit deeper for El Paso in that situation. Bagley had peeled off the shoulder in behind Dollenmeyer, and the El Paso back line was a little bit fragmented, so for me it's a bit of a close call.
Bushu back. And nearly a huge mistake by Leo Diaz. There is some shouting that it was over the line. Now it's off the crossbar. Calvillo hits the goal frame. Nearly a huge mistake from Leo Diaz, who almost walked it into his own goal.
Well, he made up for it with a world-class save afterwards, but this is close for me. I'm interested to see how close it is. He did just enough. He's a lucky man. He's a very lucky man. A little bit more pace and that's a goal. And I tell you what, he made amends for it, because what a save it was from the next strike to tap it onto the bar. And a little bit of a red face there, because I think he might be a wee bit embarrassed.
Nick Hines will come on here. And that's the end of the line for Lazar Petrovic. And Emmanuel Sanupe, the 27-year-old from London, is into the team.
Quiet game for Petar Petrovic, wasn't it? He never really got into the play. Just a little bit out of the game, never really influenced it. And yeah, we were expecting a little bit more, but Cashman can be a difficult place to come as an attacking player, because it's hard to find that space.
Sanupe, Nigerian parents, born in London, Tottenham Hotspur Youth Academy. Good win from Bagley. There's 4 in the attack here for Las Vegas. It's turned over. Sanupe went on loan to St. Mirren in his younger days. Tell me a bit about St. Mirren.
St. Paisley, west coast of Scotland. They've got a nice little new stadium, a difficult place to go and play. My old club Hearts have a bitter distaste of them, because Hearts probably in the 80s were 2 points away from winning the league. Hearts lost in St. Mirren, and so I think Celtic just needed to win by about 6 goals or something ridiculous, and St. Mirren, and it was 7-0. And the Hearts fans will always say St. Mirren lay down and let Celtic win the league. So there's a little bit of mistrust between the two clubs. So whenever we played them, there was a little bit of added spice.
Oh, a great anecdote there from Driver. That is tough. 7-0.
I don't know if it was 7. It was something like 4 or 5, and Celtic had to win it by that, and they did. And there was question marks asked by the Hearts fans afterwards.
The flicked header on the long throw from Lodge. Bushu for Stauffer. He smashes it towards the spot. It's well defended.
Well, at least the Lights are asking the question. They're the ones in possession. El Paso, since they've made these substitutions, have kind of retreated a little bit more, and the Lights are getting into areas. Stauffer getting down the right-hand side there, trying to smash the ball into the box. And as a team like El Paso, the deeper you go, the more chances Las Vegas are going to create. And you don't want to go too negative, because this Lights team does have the ability to score goals.
Dollenmeyer. Stauffer to throw it in. First half goal, Miles Lyons, his first of the season, first of his 2-year professional career. Headed away, back to Stauffer. That's drifted into the back post, slightly too long for Ayambila.
Yeah, I think the wind's played havoc tonight, isn't it? So there's been a couple of times now, especially here in the second half, where when the ball's in the air, it's been particularly hard to read. That one looked like it was going to be on the money for Ian Beeler, but it just kind of kept traveling, and maybe the wind helped it on its way.
Gomez to throw it in for El Paso. Game slowing down here a bit, approaching the 70th minute.
Yeah, I think El Paso are at the stage where they will be happy with the result. They'll take the time and all the set pieces and throw-ins, but for me that just plays into Vegas's advantage. The more a team lulls themselves to sleep, the more chance that you're going to have by breaking them down, and the more possession you're going to have. It's just about how can Las Vegas be creative in the second half to try and create those opportunities.
Nick Hines, 25 years of age, from Jamaica, played college soccer at Akron.
Go Zips.
Go Zips. Look at you dropping your American college mascot knowledge.
That's where Kofi Sarkodie went back in the day. A good college team, right? Historically.
Very good, yes. Well, they had Caleb Porter at the helm, and we're a top 5 team, winning a national championship or 2, and then he left to take over the Portland Timbers.
So what we've learned tonight, my Mexican knowledge is poor. America geography knowledge not too bad.
That's all right. You're giving yourself too much blame. You're here for your soccer analysis, not your geography.
Knowing where the top Mexican team should be a given, though, shouldn't it, really?
Luis Herrera, Chapa on his shirt, the El Paso native, earns the free kick. Calvillo's influence has grown in this game. A quiet first half. He's been on the ball a lot since halftime.
Of the possession that El Paso's had, which isn't as much as you would expect.
Hines inviting in Carlton. Good work from Hines. Pulls out Stauffer, and Stauffer did well to win it back. Now it's 1v3 with Bagley. And Bagley did well to press, but it's a goal kick.
Yeah, he's unlucky, Bagley. His effort again's got him down there to potentially win a long ball over the top. But I've seen this El Paso team. They've just had a free kick in an attacking area, and they've refused to play the ball in. They're playing these short passes as if they want to time waste. How many times have we said that this season? If you start going negative too early, which that implies they don't want to play the ball in the box, you can fall into big danger. And this game, the lights are well in this game and can easily go on. If they snatch the next goal, El Paso's in trouble because they've got that negative mindset in already.
Marcelo Lage wide here for Luke Stauffer. Zach Carroll. Security National is consistently ranked a top 50 mortgage company by Scotsman Guide in the United States. Are you familiar with Scotsman Guide?
Yes, it's I always can't wait to see it after the Premier League standings as well. I'm sure it's a very prestigious award to be involved in.
Your joke just flew over my head, I'll be quite honest.
It was a statistic joke, but statistic jokes never really land, do they?
Once in a blue moon. 25% of the time they land. Azriel Gonzalez, the Las Vegas native, comes on for Xander Romero.
Gonzalez had a good game on Saturday. I was impressed with him. Got himself on the ball a lot. He played on the right-hand side, came inside. He had a couple of good shots. And yeah, it was good to see him get some extended minutes as well.
El Paso sitting deep. Harder for Vegas to break them down now. So Nupe commits the foul. Vegas trying to play quickly.
Timmy Fazzali tried to play the long ball. I'm not sure if he was trying to hit it off the El Paso defender to move him forward. But he's ended up just booting it all the way down the pitch, and a bit of a waste of possession for the Lights.
Long ball over the top. Diaz off his line to challenge. Carroll did well in the end. Just a relentless effort from Aaron Gomez, but a soft header into the hands of Leo Diaz.
Yeah, Gomez did really well. I think that wind again held that ball up. It took an age to come down to the fact that Diaz had to retreat to his goal. And Gomez just got there. It's bounced up and he's tried the header, but there wasn't enough pace on the ball to try and use the momentum to direct it over the goalkeeper. So an easy save in the end for Diaz.
Yes, it is wind at their backs for Las Vegas. El Paso playing into the wind in the second half.
Yeah, you really saw that ball just hold up.
Calvillo, kind of a soft pass there into traffic. Hard challenge, two guys just going for it there in midfield. Justin Ingram for Las Vegas, and Liam Rose for El Paso. Well-weighted ball here, good defending. Carroll sticks with the play, deflects the shot from Gomez out for a corner.
Oh, comes from Rose being brave, wasn't it? Won the 50-50 challenge against Ingram. A strong challenge from both guys in good nature, but it broke the attack for El Paso, and a little bit of a pass in behind, and it was Gomez again who's starting to come into the game a little bit with the strike. Easy again, easily blocked, but good play from El Paso.
Calvillo from the corner for El Paso Locomotive. Headed straight in the air. And it's towards the edge of the box. Calvillo, El Salvador national team player. Second ball falls and it's off the mark from distance. The Spanish right back, Mark Navarro. Another change might be coming here for Las Vegas quite shortly as Stauffer continues to push forward. He is very advanced in the second half.
He's advanced, but those balls over the top are going to be so difficult for the Lights because that wind is just keeping the ball carrying, and we've seen a few passes now just continue on. And you always see people, they always say, oh, I want to play with the wind. It'll put us in more territory, but it makes it so much more difficult for those pinball pass over the top. You're much better playing against the wind. So when you do play those long balls over the top, the wind holds it up and your attacker can run onto it.
Benny Diaz on loan from Tijuana in Mexico, sitting there next to Eric McHugh. And we have seen that change. It's Josh Dalling in. He is on loan for New Mexico United.
Doling needs to come on, and this is the number 9 that the Lights need. He needs to be able to hold on to the ball, bring players into it, and it's an attacking switch for the Lights. They've taken Zali off and they've kept Bagley on, so that they're going more offensive, and Dalling needs to come in, hold the ball up, and here's Bagley now maybe playing just off his number 9 striker.
All the way back to Diaz. Bushu wins the second ball. Stoffer across the back with Ayambila. Diaz had a loan with Oakland Roots last year. Times with Sonora and Querétaro in Mexico. And he's played every minute this season for El Paso, and again, 8 clean sheets, tied for second most in the West. Hasn't been tested much tonight.
Neither team has tested the goalkeepers, have they? It's been a lot of effort, a lot of huff and puff, but not really much creativeness from either team. There's been, and on the flip side of that, neither team defensively has made any mistakes. It's been a pretty competitive match without any real clear-cut opportunities.
So you're saying a lot of huff and puff, but no one's coming close to blowing the house down.
Unfortunately, not until now.
Here is Bagley, top of the box. It may have hit the hand. Oh, and he said he had it tucked towards his body. Immediately, the referee said that hand was tucked in. Kevin Broadley, a big decision there.
That's handball for me. I think his hands are out a little bit. He's clearly hit it. You see the reactions of the Lights players, and they're convinced it's a penalty.
And Calvillo pulls it back here. The key words there are natural position and obstruction, because even if your hand's in a natural position, if you're obstructing the path of the ball inside the box, it's a penalty.
Yeah, for me, it was in a kind of weird position. It was at 90-degree angle when it hit him. So it's the age-old debate, what's a natural position? I've seen ones given where there's hands right out and they say, oh, it was a natural position.
Good forward run here. There's some contact, and it is given. Andrew saw that right away, and Sanupe doesn't want to wait any instant before taking this penalty. It was a good movement from him. He saw the opening, he burst through, and he forced the defenders to make a play.
That's the bitter pill to swallow for the Lights, is they thought they should have had a penalty 30 seconds earlier with a handball in the box, but this is what you get when you run at defenders into the box, and it's as clear-cut a penalty as you will ever see. Zach Carroll made no attempt to get out of the way. He's just tripped him up in the box, and I'm not sure if the frustrations of not getting the decision moments earlier frustrated the Lights, but strange decision. And as the referee goes over to the linesman to maybe reverse the decision.
They're going to say it's outside the box. The contact came on the edge, so instead of a penalty, it's a free kick for El Paso.
It'd be good to see the replay again because it was close. I thought the rule was if you fall into the box, it's a penalty. But
I think it's where the contact's made, so we'll have to see it again.
And by the way, fair play to the linesman. He's made a difficult decision there. And he's done very well to reverse the decision.
Where is the contact, Andrew?
The contact for me is when his momentum's gone into the box. It's on the line. Yeah, it could go either way.
Yeah, it looks like the contact starts kind of right on the line while he's midair. Really tough to judge his exact position.
Yeah. It was a kind of a lazy challenge from Carroll, wasn't it? Yeah.
Free kick for El Paso Locomotive. 80th minute of Cashman. Navarro smashes it into the wall, and the wall does its job.
You're going to struggle to smash a ball there straight up to get through the wall when there's 5 guys.
Okay, let's go back. Was this a handball on Dollenmeyer?
Handball for me. Honestly, I honestly, and that's why you can see the frustrations of the Lights players, because these arms out, it can be a natural position all you want. He's had a shot in the box, it's hit the hand, and it's not as if the ball was flying at a real fast pace. It's a short distance, but for me that's clear as day. It's stopping the ball from going to the goal. Natural position or not.
I agree with you. I think that's a penalty.
you can feel sorry for guys when their arm is like directly by their side, right, and they're trying not to put it out there. But in that situation, your hand's out there, it's blocked a shot, and for me, the lights. I'm glad justice was served on the opposite side.
Denis Kosteshin, the 26-year-old from the Ukraine, comes on for El Paso and Brian Clarauti. Last season in Ukraine, at multiple clubs. Began his senior career with Dynapro, well-known club. And with the Dynamo Kiev Academy. Goal kick coming for Benny Diaz. Diaz joined El Paso on loan in January for the season. 5 Liga MX appearances with Tijuana over the last few seasons. Ingram battling to try and win it back. It's on for El Paso, edge of the box. Great dribbling there, and a free kick is not given.
I think there was a foul at the beginning. I think his last time he went down, it was a bit easy.
Nice ball, good first touch. The flag is down, it's wide. So close from Sinupe. He stayed onside, tried the scoop shot and just off the mark.
Well, similar finish to how Lions finished his goal in the first half. Great little slid pass from Calvillo into Sinupe's path. He's just dinked it over the goalkeeper, this time past the post.
And Vegas back the other way. They push 4 forward inside the box. Goal kick to El Paso.
It was Azriel Gonzalez again, just this time trying to run the line. Just kind of ran out of ideas, and it kind of, that play from the lights there probably sums up their night. Just not really beating a man on the edge of the box, not finding that final ball, and just not beating that man in the positions that you really need to do it.
Bagley, Stoffer. Carroll. Justin Ingram for Las Vegas. Good work on that far side off the bench. Denis Kosteshin. A win would put El Paso into 7th in the West. Bagley has done it all. Throw-ins, corners, free kicks. Now it's Lodge heading central. It fell there to Carlton. He thinks there's a corner. It's wide, and it's a goal kick.
A nice, well-worked corner, actually. The good throw-in from Bagley, the knock-on from Doling, and Carlton just got into the right area. He tried the spectacular side volley and obviously mishit. And again, another thing that sums up the Lights' night in front of goal. Just no real quality when it's been needed.
El Paso in position to overtake Colorado Springs and Monterey Bay. Enter tonight tied for 7th. Back to Leo Diaz. Under some pressure, he pulls it back. Carroll. Ingram. Just 5 total shots tonight for Las Vegas, 13 for El Paso. And Vegas do not have a shot on goal just yet. Nice little hesitation there at the end line. Does not earn a corner. Yeah, Diaz plays short to Stauffer. Bagley.
You see the game opening up a little bit. The Lights having to throw more bodies forward, and El Paso seems to be finding those little spaces in behind. We just saw it a minute ago with Sanupe's opportunity, and the Lights are looking a little bit tired. I know it's a close game from Saturday. It's a quick turnaround, so potentially those Lights legs are starting to get a little bit tired now.
Why choose Security National? They're a full-service lender with a wide range of loan products and competitive interest rates to meet your specific situation. Their in-house underwriting and processing expertise means a fast and reliable loan experience for you. Here is Carlton from midfield, well off the mark. Andrew Carlton, halftime substitute, going for goal against Benny Diaz.
If there's ever been a game that's on, I think it's tonight. Both Diaz goalkeepers like to play the sweeper keeper. They like to be a bit more advanced, so the game's been begging out for someone to have the strike. So Carlton tried it. This time just you have to be on the money if you want to score from there, but I don't mind the effort.
What's the longest distance you ever scored from, Andrew?
Oh, it won't be far. I told you I can't kick the ball. I never could kick the ball far. There's some guys who they looked really skinny, didn't look like they have power, but they just the timing and the connection, they could kick it miles. Whereas I was no Leo Diaz. I didn't have that 80-yard zing in me.
Well, you probably had one, what, 25 yards, 20 yards?
Yeah, I scored a volley once for probably 25 or something.
With whom?
At Hearts.
Now Bushu called for a foul, free kick one by Sanupe. El Paso game management here. Will be a second straight clean sheet. They had one against Orange County in a scoreless draw. And you referenced before that, Andrew, the bad defensive record coinciding with this bad run of form, just 1 win in their last 13.
You know, they've managed to sort that defensive record out in the last couple of weeks, haven't they? They've shown massive important a good defensive record is. You keep that clean sheet tonight. It's not been a classic by any stretch of the imagination, but they're well in a good position to go on and win this game.
Carroll out of the back. Lage.
If this score stands, El Paso will go to their 3rd clean sheet in 4 games. So that's instrumental in changing the game.
Well flicked header there, and Benny Diaz off his line just in time. And Benny Diaz, top 5 in saves in the West. Nearing his 9th clean sheet of the season. And Mbila goes back to Carroll. That's a well-weighted ball. Stauffer's there. Stauffer pulls it back. Stauffer with his head up. Return ball for Bagley. His shot is deflected. Knocked down edge of the box and cleared. Justin Ingram with his head up. Into second half stoppage time from Cashman Field. A minimum of 3 minutes will be added on at the end of the second half. Doesn't seem like a lot, but I will say Vegas did make 3 changes at halftime, so it doesn't add any stoppage time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It did seem like a lot of substitutions that we've had.
Donald Myers headed clearance. Falls to Marcelo Lage. Marcelo Lage has been a regular this season for Isidro Sanchez.
I think he just showed with that shooting ability that he is a defender. He is best suited to be in the defense. Never really got over the ball. It was always rising over the bar.
Leo Diaz for Las Vegas off his line. He's going to go direct here in second half stoppage time. And there's Bush. You puts his hand up. He will not argue that foul against Liam Rose.
Yeah, that's pretty much shows the whole game from Liam Rose. He's been so solid in the midfield for El Paso. It's been no classic, has it? And these games are won by performances by Rose. That occasion, he was first to it. He knew he was going to get hurt. Bushu came over the top and hit him. And it's just the difference. Being first to those balls is the difference between winning and losing a game. And that's why El Paso are in line to win 1-0 here. And Bushu knew, didn't he? He was a little bit late. He knew straight away he was going to go into the book, and it wasn't the best foul.
Second season with El Paso for Liam Rose. Been a regular this season for El Paso. One of 3 players to surpass 2,000 minutes alongside Eric Calvillo and Benny Diaz.
Yeah, clearly a sore one for him. You can see how much discomfort is in, and it's been a combative performance for him, and you can see why he plays so many minutes. For El Paso, he's been so important today.
A free kick has been given. It was Aaron Gomez trying to take that towards the corner, a jersey tug, and a Las Vegas restart. We're now in the 5th minute of second half stoppage time.
No, we're all or nothing at this stage, aren't we?
Clip top of the area, headed wide, maybe out for one final corner kick for Las Vegas. Bagley wants to take it quickly. Most likely the final kick of the game here. And it's headed wide. Ayambila flashed across the face of goal, but couldn't steer it on target.
Yeah, he used his pace to get across. He's attacked the ball well. He's just too far past that front post. They had Leo Diaz and everything up on the edge of the box to cause confusion. and that was probably the last opportunity of the game, and Benny Diaz will pretend he doesn't know where the ball is, waste those extra few seconds.
Full time from Cashman Fields. El Paso Locomotive are over the playoff line into 7th place. Just their second win in 14 games. They beat Las Vegas for the second time this season. And the first professional goal from Miles Lyons. It came in the 12th minute, assisted by Eric McHugh.
Yeah, it wasn't a classic by no means. I think the Lights will be disappointed. They came into the game flying after a great result on Saturday, but they came against a strong El Paso team who just did what they had to do to win the game. Liam Rose in the middle was outstanding for El Paso, and the reason being he was combative. He won the midfield battles, and it was a game of battles, and honestly it could have easily been a 0-0 draw because there just wasn't many opportunities created by either team.
Our save of the game. And it's really a recovery save from Leo Diaz.
I think it kind of sums up the night. There was no real chances. The second save there was absolutely outstanding. The first one was a little bit almost calamitous, but this one from Calvillo was an outstanding save. He's tapped it onto the crossbar and made amends for the little error moments earlier.
Save of the game presented by Nevada Donor Network. Remember, you can save a life at registerme.org. A tough one for Las Vegas. They fall 1-0 on the first professional goal for Miles Lyons. We'll wrap it up after this. Full time from Cashman. El Paso beats Las Vegas 1-0.
Dear Eric, I want to thank you for your honesty and dedication while selling me my new car last month at Finley Subaru of Las Vegas. I've always been wary of car salesmen, often with good reason, but you've helped me redefine the stereotypes. You have welcomed me into the Subaru family, and I appreciate you treating me like family rather than a customer. I absolutely love my Subaru. Love, Kylie Carroll.
Maintain the love with complimentary maintenance when you purchase or lease a new Subaru. SubaruLasVegas.com.
Did you know that cigarette smoking is the leading cause of preventable death in the United States? Are you ready to kick tobacco out of your life? The Nevada Tobacco Quit Line can help. For free help to quit smoking or vaping, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or send the text QUIT NOW to 333-888. Make living a smoke-free and vape-free life your goal. For me, for you, for everyone, live healthy.
At Silver State Schools Credit Union, we'll be by your side through every moment of life's journey, from big life changes to small celebrations and everything in between, because we prioritize people over profit. Become a member today and have a financial partner for life.
As a proud sponsor of the Las Vegas Lights, Security National Mortgage Company is looking to help you score your next big goal, buying a house. Our process is simple with in-house underwriting, processing, and closing, keeping you informed from start to finish. With our Snap Home mobile app, you can look for a home, get financing, and more right from your phone. Together, we can outmatch the competition. Contact us today and let Security National be a part of your home team.
Are you okay to drive?
Perfect record. No one crashed.
Yet.
Dude, I've never hit anything.
Yet.
Please, nothing's ever happened to me.
Yet.
No one's ever had a problem with me before.
Yet.
Las Vegas Lights Soccer has been presented by Zero Fatalities Nevada. Sign up today and take the pledge. By Desert Radiology, proud supporter of Las Vegas Lights FC. And by Cox Yearview. Catch replays of the Lights every Saturday at 10 a.m. Highlights of this one, second meeting of the season between El Paso and Las Vegas. El Paso won the first 2-1 in June, and really the early chances fell for Las Vegas.
Yeah, they started the game really well. The first 10 minutes, the Lights were on top. Their possession was good. The ball into the box there just didn't have enough pace on it to reach Rios.
Eric McHugh, former Houston Dynamo center back, just puts it over the top. Opportunistic goal. Miles Lyons, his first pro goal in 2 pro seasons.
Yeah, really good from Lyons, coming up from right back into that position. A nice finish over, lifting it over Leo Diaz. Here a nice save from Diaz against my man of the match, Liam Rose. I thought in midfield was very good.
Good turn of pace there from El Paso, but Diaz was busy at that near post.
Yeah, without being too busy. This for me was where the game could have changed. For me, that's a penalty.
Could have been a penalty, and then just seconds later, a free kick on the other end. And Sanupe just missed.
That was the last great opportunity of the game.
13 shots for El Paso, 10 for Las Vegas.
Yeah, I think the telling thing for Las Vegas, no shots on target. If you don't test the goalkeeper, you're obviously not going to score goals. A lot of possession for the Lights, just not really any creativity tonight. We saw them on Saturday score some great goals and play with a lot of creativity, and I think tonight it just fell short, and El Paso were just a solid team.
That will do it from Las Vegas. A 1-0 win for El Paso Locomotive. A deserved victory for the visitors as they get into 7th and up above the playoff line. A first professional goal for Miles Lyons. El Paso gets its 9th clean sheet of the season. They move into 7th in the West. Our Nissan drives to the next match. And Las Vegas falls at home. Full-time score, El Paso 1, Las Vegas 0.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.